Let me ask you something. Have you ever wanted something so badly, but you felt like you were spinning your wheels? It's stress. And stress creates storage. You don't have a broken metabolism. You have a stressed orientation. You don't need more information. You need alignment. And alignment starts with orientation. And we're going to talk about why you don't self-sabotage, you self-protect. And once you understand that, everything changes. Let me ask you something. Have you ever wanted something so badly, but you felt like you were spinning your wheels? You want the fat loss. You want the muscle. You want the energy. You want the income. You want the house. You want the vacation. You want the outcome. But here's the question almost nobody asks. Are you oriented in the right direction? Because we can desperately want something and still be facing the wrong way. I recently worked with a woman who wanted to lose 15 pounds before a beach trip. That was the goal. Clear, measurable, motivating. But every decision she made was driven by urgency. More cardio, less food, late nights, more stress, all or nothing thinking. And she felt guilty if she ate in her 80-20. She was obsessed with the outcome. But she was oriented towards panic. And panic is stress. And stress creates storage. Her body responded exactly the way her biology predicted. Inflammation went up, sleep went down, cravings increased, and the scale stalled. And she thought she needed to push harder, restrict more. She didn't need more effort. She needed a new orientation. Orientation is the direction you're pointed. Outcome is the destination. And you also have to give yourself enough time being oriented in the right direction to arrive at your destination. There are dozens and hundreds, maybe even thousands of micro decisions that happen between here and there. When someone says, I want to lose weight, I immediately want to know, what are they oriented towards? Speed, punishment, proving something, external validation? Or are they oriented to strength, longevity, metabolic health, and sustainability? Strength is the new skinny. So, same goal, completely different trajectory. So here's where most people get stuck, and this might be you too. They think they have a discipline problem. So they add more. They add more restrictions, more workouts, more rules, more pressure. But pressure keeps the nervous system in fight or flight. And a body in fight or flight does not burn freely. It's not safe. It braces, it protects, it conserves. You can't build metabolic flexibility from panic. And metabolic flexibility means that you can live in your 80-20, that you can eat your protein and drink your water and eat your veggies, but you can also still have a night out with friends and it doesn't derail everything. And then you're just back on it. That's metabolic flexibility. And you build that from safety and consistency. So your body doesn't hold on to everything. So let's make this very tactical. If your outcome is muscle building, but your orientation is, I need this fast, you'll overtrain, you'll undereat, and you'll skip recovery. And you'll quit when progress feels low. Muscle takes a long time to build.
YouTube thumbnail.
A long time. But if your orientation is, I am becoming someone who builds muscle, over the long run, you'll prioritize protein, protect your sleep, strength train consistently, track your progress calmly, and think in 90-day blocks. Same outcome. Different direction, different result. Orientation determines your daily decisions. Not motivation, not hype. Those fly out the window as soon as you put the pen down. You need direction. If your orientation is urgency, every stall feels like a failure. If your orientation is growth, Every stall feels like feedback. Oh, I can take that information and do something with it. Make a little shift here, make a little shift there. One shift changes everything. When you stack a bunch of shifts together, lots of things change, and you won't recognize yourself in a year. So here's the uncomfortable truth. Most people don't fail because they're incapable. Working with me, I'm not going to tell you anything that you don't already know. However, I am going to help you do something you've never done before. Most people fail because they're outcome obsessed and direction ignored. They want the destination, but they don't want to commit to the direction long enough. So if you were on the East Coast and you wanted to get to Hawaii, there's a couple of things that you need to do. But if you're not willing to go on multiple plane flights or be in a car or in a bus or on a bike or walk to the airport, then you're never going to get to Hawaii. Don't chase 30-day sprints. Instead, set a 90-day foundation. Like, we're going to reorient in 90 days. And then the next 90 days, we're going to stack something on top of it because you've mastered it in your first 90 days. They fail because they restart instead of reorient. And every restart reinforces the identity of, I never finish. I can't do this. So let me give you an exercise, a simple exercise this week. Before you make any decision about food, about training, about sleep, pause. Ask your orientating questions. Orientating, is that a word? It is today. Okay, ask. Is this aligned with urgency or is this aligned with strength? Is this aligned with my short-term goals or my long-term goals? Is this aligned with panic or is this aligned with my long-term metabolic health? For example, skipping sleep to squeeze in a workout is urgency. It increases your cortisol, adds stress to your body. You don't recover well. You add in additional cravings and it just starts this nasty cycle. You cut calories drastically because the scale didn't move for 3 days. That is urgency. You add another supplement instead of fixing the protein intake. I promise y'all, those 5 foundations, if you don't have those on lockdown, all the tools that I have don't help. Orientation towards strength looks like lifting consistently, moving your body, eating enough protein like it's your job. I've encouraged y'all to eat upwards of 120 to 150 grams of protein a day and see what it's like, because I promise you, you probably aren't doing it. You protect your sleep. You adjust when needed. You think in the long term. Your body that you are working and using today is building your body 10 years from the future. Do you wish that you had spent 10 years ago building the body that you are living in now? Would you have done it better if you think about it that way? Small directional shifts compound together. And here's the bigger layer. Orientation affects your nervous system. If you are constantly, I need this, I'm in this, I need it now mode, I've waited too long, I need to force it, your body's never going to feel safe. And that's the cycle that many of us have been in, that yo-yo cycle. And when your body doesn't feel safe, it stores. It inflames, it resists. You don't have a broken metabolism. You have a stressed orientation. That's why I talk about 90-day containers, not because 90 days is magical, but 90 days forces orientation toward the long game. It removes the urgency, the panic. It creates structure. And structure lowers stress. Make the decision ahead of time. Don't get caught up in decision fatigue by 5 o'clock and you don't know what to eat for dinner, so you go get fast food. Plan your day, plan your Wednesday on Sunday. Plan it the day before. Lower stress improves sleep. Better sleep improves insulin sensitivity. Improved insulin sensitivity improves fat metabolism. Biology responds to direction. So instead of asking, when will I see results, ask, am I facing the right way? Instead of asking, why isn't this working? Ask, are my daily choices aligned with the direction that I say that I want? Ooh, that's a big one. That's ownership. That's power. That's maturity and transformation. You don't need more information. You need alignment. And alignment starts with orientation. So in this next episode, we're going to go even deeper, because when your identity shifts, even when direction shifts, if your nervous system feels unsafe, you'll start to fall off. And we're going to talk about why you don't self-sabotage, you self-protect. And once you understand that, everything changes. Until next time, go out and liberate your awesome.